What do you say we have a look at the Hasbro Marvel Legends Silver Surfer? Apparently that's a Walgreens exclusive. That's where I found it. Cool art on the side. It's a nice little artist rendition of the figure itself. We say we get this out of the box for closer examination. Alright, and there we are. Kind of quickly set him up on his surfboard there. Quickly we'll go through his accessories. You get 2 extra sets of hands here. Let's see, maybe they should go like so. Almost like karate chop hands or cutting through the wind hands. You see they're on a hinge. That pin. And then you have the opposites of what's actually pre-installed on him. You see his hands there. He has a fist and an open hand. And you get the opposites of those in the box as well. These energy rings here. Translucent plastic, which I kind of like that. Very nice. Let's pop him off here. And then you get his surfboard. I think it's a little small, but it is streamlined, and it's got nice silver paint on it. And I see no strange mold anomalies like cracks in the plastic or anything like that. Very nice. And let's see if we can get this off. Easier for the review, I would guess. There you are. Straighten him up. Real quick. Just want to touch on something really quickly. Hasbro doesn't disappoint again. What I mean by that is I was half expecting the joints to be real loose when I opened this figure. Well, guess what? They are. They are. I just find this completely unacceptable. But let's move on to the review itself. I do like the sculpt in the face. It kind of looks a little pissed off and angry. The paint is nice as well. Although I can't get past this bothersome loose waist joint, you know. Alright. Nice musculature in the thighs. Just a nice paint all overall. I really like the paint. And I'm glad they didn't taint it with like a black wash to highlight any of the deep parts of the muscle, because the light, I think, does that itself. The silver lends itself to catching light to create a natural shadow. But they did put some color in his eyes and his mouth. There you are. Very cool. You see that joint right there. Alright, so let's go through his articulation. Head will spin all the way around, and you can cock his head like so, which is very nice. His head will go down like so, up all the way like that. Let's see what his arms will do for us. So they're on a hinge. They can swivel at the bicep here. Double jointed elbow, like that. And you have a rotation in the wrist and a hinge. So you see that. You have an ab crunch, which you can get him punked over like that. That's really cool. And back like so. And get him in some nice action poses there. And of course you have the waist swivel, which is almost seems like it's on grease. Alright. The leg will kick out about that much. Back only that much. Forward like so. You have a thigh cut there, but it doesn't look natural once you take it away from the muscular sculpt there. So what was the point in that? Double jointed knee. And you got a cut here at the calf. Again, what's the point in that? It doesn't look natural. They could do without that. Let's see what we can get as far as movement on this foot here. It's pretty tight, but it will go down that much in the toe, that much up. And you got this rocker here, which is pretty forgiving. I mean, you can get some good stances like that. As long as you can keep that calf muscle and that thigh muscle lined up, it'll look good. But this here, to me, I mean, I just took this out of the package. It should not feel like it's been played with for, you know, hours or even weeks, or thrown in a toy box and kicked around. And this is why I've limited myself to buying Hasbro anything. Let's get him back on his surfboard. Come on. You get on there. And let's see here. He stands okay. If you can get that sweet spot where that front foot is on that surfboard and not floating around, it'll be nice. But they don't put a peg up front there. Just one peg for the rear of the surfboard. I mean, it's a great looking figure. I think it really stands out. So if you can find your sweet spot for your display, you know, that loose waist joint won't bother you as much. But if you're getting in one of those positions to where you require him to actually hold a pose, it might be a little bit of a problem because it's so loose. But I must say that I think they did a really fantastic job on the paint. I think it looks pretty damn good. Yeah, so, I mean, he does look fantastic. I'm just looking at him through the camera right now, and I think he'll display very well. I'm a simpleton. I don't need all of this. It's nice that they include these. Maybe all I needed was 2 sets of hands, fists, and these 2 open hands. Could have did without the karate chop hands. It's just something I gotta store and pay attention to. But anyway, if I had to rate this figure on a scale from 1 to 10, if all the joints were tight, I think it would be an 8.5. Seeing how the joints are not tight, and I just opened this figure up, I think it kicks it all the way down to a 6, because that's just unacceptable. You know, it's not the figure's fault, it's the manufacturing process, and that falls smack on the shoulders of Hasbro. So yeah, that's been my look at the Walgreens exclusive Hasbro Marvel Silver Surfer. Howlin' Wolf out.